God bless everyone. There's a nice bell. It's October 12th, 2025. We was live a little bit ago today. And I'm so happy to be here. One thing I wanted to say is we're always in a rush. People even seem to miss this point. But it's okay to be in a rush when maybe you're at work or a certain time calls for that. But we shouldn't be in a rush all the time. A lot of people that I see, whether it's neighbors or people at the store, it can be anywhere, whether they're working or they're not working, they're always in a rush. If you're always in a rush, you're not going to see the beauty in life. You're not going to notice the little things. You're not going to be happy. It's impossible to sustain happiness if you're always in a rush. You'll never find God if you're always in a rush. You miss what life's all about. Hello, Jets South Coast. God bless you. Hello, Brilly. Brielli. That's a unique name. And I'm going to say it one more time. You don't always have to be in a rush. People are always rushing. You can't even talk to them because people are always in a rush. And so you can't sustain the rush. You're missing what life's all about. If you want to know what life's all about, you have to have some slow time, some downtime. Life, all the happiness, all the everything you want to know, it happens when you're still. Thank you for the nice stash. Thank you, Dr. Chill. Cool name. If you want to know what life's all about, you actually have to become like nature. Very still. When you're content, it's when you feel your best. When you're calm, that's when you feel your happiest. And to get to know God, a lot of people want to get to know God They want to know what reality is all about. This comes from stillness. It's something that you feel. It's not something that I give you an answer to, or you read an answer to, and you intellectually get it. Jimmy Bonnie, I love you too. God bless you, Vicky. I'm drinking on a Mountain Dew. I'm also drinking some water. The instructions of the Bible, they come from our intuition. And this is actually God contacting you. And this is your life guidance. It's built into you. So your intuition, that is God telling you where you need to be. That is life showing you. God wants you to visit a dentist. Doesn't matter to me. If I wanted to visit a dentist, don't you think I would have already done that? But you probably don't think like that. Where did you sleep last night? I sleep right on the floor. I've been sleeping right on the floor for about 10 years plus. Making the walking, making the talk. Homeless Chronicles. Thank you, Jimmy Bonnie. Homeless Chronicles is great. I actually have some videos planned out for next year called that, similar title. In Jesus' name, you're all his. Yeah. We're all children of life, graduating. That's why we're here on this earth right now. If we take our time, he reveals more to us. We are all children of God. No, you just can't afford a dentist? How do you know if I can afford one or not? Yeah, but what if... How do you know I even want that done, though? I'm having the best time. God pulled me to do this. And without him, this wouldn't be possible. None of this would be possible. And if you ask if I'm having a good time, hold on. Anytime I get to talk about God, anytime I get to love somebody, help somebody, that means I get to have the best time. So to answer your question, this is the best thing ever. That is true, Kylan, Tobin. Very true. Everybody has a little treasure to give you. Yeah, I actually had to give up all my material attachments. I mean, this progressively happens when you become a teenager. The human life we live, we eventually grow attachment to materials, and then we learn everything that we're not. So eventually we have to give up all these materials. And I lost everything in my life. Some of it was periodically, and some of it was one big bang. I accepted life for all it is. That's how I found about the truth about life. Yeah. It's kind of funny. It's when you actually give up everything is when you actually find out what life's really about. The truth. And it's always there. The truth is always there. But it's when are we going to realize it? Time is ticking. We're here to find the source of love. That's all there is the source of love. Without this, none of this would be possible. Thank you for the donation, Jimmy Bonnie. There's been so many nice people today. You reap what you sow. And I had to give up everything, but then I got everything. I found God. I felt Him. You could say I also found Jesus Christ. I found what life was really all about. Yeah. And it's the best thing. And I also feel it now. That's why I brought this message to you guys. Thank you, The Polished Gambler. Thanks for the donation. Hello, Wake Up. You don't know how many times I've done this today? Why are you trying to make your wife flip? Or are you just doing it because you're feeling the love? Explain material. Anything outside of you is material. Yeah. Your body's material. I guess the best way to explain it would be when you die, what do you take with you? You most certainly don't take your couch. And you don't take your body. Thank you, Blake. Fanny batter is real. What is God going to have to me do with that donation? Well, since I'm living life for God, I'm actually going to be building a community. Because again, I gave up all material things. I have no obsession with them. I even gave up sex, as in me chasing it and being an addict about it. Okay. So, and I've also got other donations today. That's not the only one. I was live earlier, and there was donations today. But I'm going to be, all the money is going to be used for building a real life settlement where people can live stress-free and find spirituality and get to know God and be filled with happiness. Hello, getting by, Witchy. That's pretty clever. It's his purpose only, not ours to find out why. Yeah, that is true, but I don't hide anything. There's nothing that I want. You know, I've came to this conclusion. Yeah, but again, I said I don't want sex, which is the main drive for a lot of people. And I don't want any materials. The only thing that I do want is to spread love and make other people feel the love inside of them. Yeah. I want everybody to have happiness, the whole world, no matter what you did or what you done. Do you live in the forest? I'm gonna have one home in the forest. The forest is all our home, though. Hey, Natalie Rose. Thank you. How are you doing? Every day I'm getting better. And, you know, God pushed me to do this, even though I was a little tired. Didn't get to eat much. But hey, I'm here. I thank God for this. And getting to help other people. And seeing other people's perspectives and comments. That makes me the happiest. You know, I'm already happy. So I just want to give happiness away. It's unlimited. Let's just say that. What did I give up? The little bit of money that I had, I gave up trying. I gave up fighting. I gave up because my body was really messed up. I couldn't eat food. So I gave up sex at that time. I gave up everything, anything you can imagine, friendships, money, appearance, trying to look good. Yeah. Just absolutely anything you could think of. I was ready to die. So is food materials. You can have an addiction to foods, night. But here's the thing. If you become addicted to foods, you are not, the reason why you keep on getting hungry for anybody in here is because you're not getting the right nutrients. It's almost theoretically impossible to be addicted to food only if you're eating food that is devoid of nutrients. Okay? That's your body signaling, I need something to satisfy me. This isn't enough. So, on one hand, you can be addicted to maybe the wrong foods. That's what's going on in our world. On the other hand, you could fast from a meal, or you could just not eat, same thing. And you could not be addicted to foods. It is a material and a need. Yeah, it's one of the most fundamental for sure. You've really hit rock bottom. Rock bottom might be your biggest discovery. Try a job that settlement will never happen. It's already happening. Sorry to burst your bubble. Like a nudist camp? Like Adam and Eve? Yeah. There's probably going to be several. I love you, Carol. What did you do with your material things? The money that I had, I gave it to my brother. The face that I have, I let my hair grow out. I couldn't work out anymore. I, again, wasn't chasing after a female. I gave up, sexual intimacy. Yeah. I gave up everything that I thought was me. I gave away clothes, brand new clothes. It's hard to remember exactly because there were different times. That I gave up different things. Hey. I like listening to you, Carol. If you only want to get to God, you only need to know yourself. Yeah. Yeah. That is true, Jamie. That's one way of looking at it. Yeah. We're basically here not to react to anything. Because our whole life, somebody is trying to get a reaction out of us. Or we react to our own situations. But if we stay neutral, then it doesn't affect us. If we stay positive, then we have positive results. Unlimited possibilities. If we stay in a state of love, that's the most grandest state of all. Yeah, that's why fasting exists night. So my problem is my body can't eat food. No one's really been able to help me. And it's gotten better in the last year, but trust me, out of the last 9 years, I probably didn't eat for 5 years total. Obviously not for 5 straight years, but there were many times where I couldn't eat for a whole day, 2 days, 3 days. There's not because I chose to, because I literally couldn't eat any food. Yeah. Have you ever tried psychedelics? My whole life, I've always did what I felt calling me. And this isn't, a lot of people, they don't follow this calling. I'm here just to remind you of this calling. Whatever's calling you, that's what you need to go do. This is, your intuition. This is God actually speaking to you. Okay? The only psychedelics that I did, and I did it for fun, was mushrooms. Okay? And I actually haven't done that in like over 10 years. I was very disappointed last time I did them because one, my body's fragile, and all it did was show me things I already knew. I'm not against any of this stuff, but if you're searching for God or what reality is about, psychedelics and all that is not going to get you there. I'm not against it. I'm actually pro for different reasons. But I'm saying the ultimate experience is actually way more extreme and way better than any of those can get you. And second of all those things, it just showed me again what I already knew. And you already know this too. Okay? Yes. That's true. Matthew 5:3. There's another kingdom of heaven. That's a great way, Kylan. That's very smart of you to see it that way. Because a lot of people don't see that. We're here, our body's designed for the flesh. It's basically, some call it a trap. But we're basically here to rise in spirit, which is a non-physical thing. Yeah. It's the most freeing thing. To be free from any desires. There's nothing wrong with desires. But the final desire that you'll have, we're all coming to this, is to know what life is really about. Your final desire, after all your other desires, is to find God. To find who you really are. And it's to search inside. You mean you're going to be homeless in the weeds? Sounds pretty fun. Yeah, toxic drama. When people see good and positivity, there's nothing to make fun of. It's too clean. It's too rich in its own soul. There's nothing really to make fun of. So this is why people, when they get with their friends, they ignore this and kind of go against this in a way. Yeah. I mean, I've seen it. I know. Yeah, but drama is just something you're reacting to in your mind. Yeah. People love drama. If I say, let's just say you are perfect. You don't make mistakes. I don't make mistakes. I say all this good and loving stuff. And so do you. As soon as you make like a little flaw or something slip, oh, people are going to point you out. They're going to point you. The haters or the trolls. So that's when someone's living a good life or the best life, you know, some people want that. We all want that. But that's why they create this drama. You know, when you're too clean, when you're too almost perfect and nice, regardless of whether you are or not, people are just going to automatically point your flaws out. Even if you're the most perfect person in the world. Thank you, Jamie. I love you too. If you want to be perfect, sell your possessions and give to the poor. That's true. I like that. Yeah, and I do that as much as I can. You know, funny enough, I've never had this before, but I was thinking like a soup kitchen. I've never been to one or even really seen one, but I would actually start one locally too, just to give back to all the people. It's regardless, I want to do something like that anyway. Hello, Toby. All right, I'm going to scroll down to the beginning of the chat, if there's anything. You find people get upset when they say there's nothing to fear? Because they're still in the state of fear. They're not actually listening to what you said. The way to go about this is to guide them towards positivity. Negativity is sad. It can be sadness, disguised. It can be anger. It's a limited viewpoint. So, and you don't really want to be angry, worrying, jealousy, envy, even bragging. But more importantly, it's the worry is making them scared. It's not a bad thing, but it shakes your body. It shakes your spirit. God knows all. All reality is just happening. And it's all for positivity. So I would recommend just guiding them towards positivity. Most of the time when people are in fear, unfortunately, they're going to need like an actual method and a technique they can do need to do every single day. Even if we do guide them to positivity, it could change their whole life. But usually that person will go back to that state. Okay? So, but if we're positive, if we're happy, guiding others, not forcing anybody, then God loves us. We're living in alignment. And then since we're living out of love and happiness, the whole world is getting a little bit more happy. It's getting a little bit more of this love. Okay? So just being in love, just having loving thoughts, and being happy and spreading your happiness, excitement, you are doing the world justice. You're uplifting all of humanity. Thank you, Aunt Crystals. He can't answer a question simply. What do you want to answer, Wind? There's really not too many questions here. Be aware of false preachers, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's your discernment. Wake up. If someone's a false preacher or doesn't resonate with you, well then, the good thing is, you don't have to listen to them. They don't have to be in your life. God bless you, wake up. If you want to make good God laugh, then tell him your plans. Yeah, because once we start having faith in the Lord and choosing positivity and finding God's love, your life opens up to numerous possibilities. He will get you, if it's needed, he will get you your soulmate. And it will be more than you can ever think of. He'll get you the best soulmate. If you need a car, he's going to give you the best vehicle. You're going to be in shock, though. You're going to be in awe when it happens, because you're going to be such in the moment, you'll forget that it's actually from God himself. He's running this whole show. That's why when we choose love, we do choose God. We choose positivity. The reality has to give us back it. If you choose negativity, the world has to give you back negativity. It's yin yang. It's just you're creating negativity. Well, then God's going to give you just that. Hello, President Optical President. Hello, Kenneth. Not my head, mine is special. I don't know what you mean by that. Why God doesn't exist? That's okay. Eventually, that's what we're here for. $100 earpods. Thank you, Buster. Yeah. For you to go to hell, you're going to have to already be living it. You're already going to have hellish thoughts. That's why they say you go to hell in the afterlife. You're not being aware of the troubles you're causing the world. You're not being aware of all of your actions. Hippie, hipster, or homeless? Somewhere in between. You can call me whatever you want. It's not going to change whatever I'm doing. And it's not going to change my love. It's not going to make me feel any different. It's actually going to make me love harder. What's up, boss? Yeah. Everything is a test. How much love can you show? Al. Yeah, that was a little uncalled for. Why would I burn in hell? Well, you tell me. Tell me why you think you would. I haven't lived your life, so. Thank you, the beast. Yeah, we got a little feather from the chickens back here. You shouldn't. You're a good guy. Well then, yeah. Why are you worrying about hell? Or where are you coming from this? Yeah. Someone said yeah, there's not even really questions. God bless all you guys. I'm going to be live tomorrow morning. It's going to be real fun. I love all you guys. Follow what brings you the most excitement, that you love the most, because that will get you into the state of feeling God. And then you'll keep doing more things you love. You'll run into people you love, situations you love. You know, if we choose love out of every situation, then we have relief. Anger is stress. Anger is not relief. It's tense. And we want to be stress-free. That's when God is stress-free. Reality itself, it's all stress-free. Okay? We have to live it. There's no judgments going on here. The grass isn't judging the tree. The tree is not saying it's better than the grass. So why are we saying that? You've been homeless for years? Yeah, that's... Some people choose to be it. Yeah. You believe there is no hell? Natalie Rose, thanks for being here. Yeah, if you believe there's no hell and it's never on your mind, well, you're not going to hell. We talked about this specifically earlier. Only if you have if you're torturing wildlife, if you're putting other people down, hell is for very evil people. We usually don't even see these people. Okay? Hell is for these very, you could say demon-like people, negative people. Like people like Hitler, people who do very cruel things to animals. Okay? So, and if you don't believe in hell, well then that's all the power to you. No work, no stress. I mean, people start their own businesses. There's people that win the lottery. There's people that live in the woods, that live in communes. There's people that inherit money. There's people that save up money, never work again. People that win the lottery. So, yeah, you can get to that. No work. But you'll still want to do something. And you'll always want to search for God in the meaning of life. Except the ones we create for ourselves. Yeah, that is the story of hell, Natalie Rose. Yeah. Hell is for people that are unaware of how they're affecting the world. You either affect the world positively or negatively. Okay? You also affect yourself. If you have a gambling problem or a sexual addict and it's compulsive, it's out of lust, it corrupts you, then you have to pay for the sins. Yeah. I agree with you, Natalie Rose. Let's see. Thank you all for being here. And if we are good enough people to go to heaven on our own, then Jesus died for nothing. Yeah. The story of God. Go catch a bear? Funny enough, bears are my favorite animal. Bears are my favorite animal. Ian Watkins was sent to hell. Sorry, I don't know who that is, but that sounded hilarious. Demetrix, yeah, I mean, you can plaster it out there. And I enjoy everybody's opinion, everybody's perspective. I have no judgments. No, I hate nobody. Even the people that don't do wrong, I don't cherish their wrongs, but their wrongs are for them to make them right. So I forgive everybody. But is Trump going to heaven? Yeah, it's not up to us to decide that. Yeah, I mean, you eventually become aware the difference between you and normal people and someone who's evil. Usually, when you become unconscious, you're not aware of what you're doing. Especially people higher up in power, negative entities will control you. One, for being unconscious. Two, for you being open for the availability. Okay? So if Trump is acting against, if he's going against where God is guiding him, he's going to have to repay all that. Nothing that money can't buy. Or not, this isn't something money can buy. Sorry. Because God is the moral compass inside of us. We are simply connected to all of this. We're connected to all of life. It's always steering you metaphysically, but it is a pull, and it's always pulling you towards what is right. Okay? What is wrong, it tells you. Okay? Intuition is basic. It is God talking to you. And if you don't believe in God, then it is life talking to you. The reality that we're living actually speaks to you. But it's not like da 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 da. It's through the feel of righteousness. You have to hate to be able to love. That's actually a real profound one, Wooly. Huh? Yeah, we all come from a time where we felt hate. I agree with that. Yeah, and that's the whole story of life. We experience, heartbreaks, troublesomes, people dying even anger, sadness. We experience these once to realize we are not them. They're just limited perspectives. Okay? They're all coming from God, but they're just limitations. They're not who we really are. The idea of a good person is a fallacy. If you feel the life that you are, you automatically feel ecstasy. You feel like giving back, just like a baby does. Even animals help humans. You've seen it on video. So a good person that's just the result of feeling your inner being, of feeling God. So the idea, it's something more than an idea. It's the fundamental feel of our life. It's bursting with creativity. Only you can block it. It's bursting with happiness, with joy. That's why I do the hee-hees. Quack, quack. Why do people go to heaven, and why are all the Chinese people excluded? It's the same for everybody. No one's excluded. That's why it says we're all children of God. Yeah. When I see my daughters, my grandchildren, I mean, Wooly, you're allowed to see that. God gave you the ability to see it however you would like to see it, your own way. Yeah. It's your choice. If you want to see it that way, you can have any perspective you want. You could see it in a different way right now. Okay? You don't have to lock in and say this is for sure, unless you want it to be that way. Okay? We can always change our perspective, always change our thought and how we feel about the situation. I love Donald Trump. I feel one way. I hate Donald Trump. I'm not glued to one or the other. Regardless, Wooly, if it makes you feel negative, and this goes with anybody, if you feel bad about the thought, especially one that's really on your mind, it's false. That's just you wanting to change it to a positive perspective. So if you have a good thought in your mind, then it's a good feeling. Is there a predestination? You mean, is your future already set in stone? Or do you mean like a destination we have to get to? Unfortunately, everything is already set up. Yeah, it's just either you're reacting to it or you're not. Everything in life is synced up harmoniously. You might call it negative. You might see it as a bad experience, but it's all for you to actually rise above the experience, to just see you're witnessing, and you can label it positive, or simply just see it for what it is and have no label. Yeah. Everything is for the greater good. Yeah. Again, that's just how reality works. If you say, oh, everything's for worse, everything is hell, that's fine. But you're gonna get hell as a result. You're going to get negative things you don't like in your life because of the thought process you have going on. Yeah, human beings are all good, Natalie Rose. Yeah. So everything is predestined, Myth Rose. Yeah. Everything happens in a cycle. Just like the sun and the moon come up. Yeah. Yeah, but all human beings, again, if you have anything that has life, which we all have life, everything has life. It's the currency of the invisible. It's all positive. To be negative, you have to choose a perspective, or you have to forcibly hate. Forcibly be negative. Instead of going with nature, you go against it. If you resist the life you are, it makes it harder. Why make it harder than it has to be? We all do that one time or another, and soon there's a natural flow of life. You know when to stop eating. You know when you've had enough water. Your body just tells you. Yeah. The body is the gift from God. Yeah, people are sinners in a way, okay? But when you attack that and say I'm a sinner, you are going to feel negative about that. It is true what they're saying, but you shouldn't say that because you're a child of God. We're trying to align ourselves with God. If I say I'm evil, I'm bad, evil energy attaches to me. I go and basically I pity my self-worth. I, I say I'm not good enough to be God's child. The sinner can be exaggerated and misinterpreted. And so yeah, it is a picky one, and it is very sensitive to people. But you shouldn't view yourself. You should try to purify yourself and be the best you can be. But to say you're doing everything wrong and you make mistakes and you suck, you're not worthy of life. Do you see I'm a sinner? Do you see how that has negative consequences to your psychology? Yeah. So I would rather say you're a child of God, a child of life. It's not necessarily, again, that it's wrong, but it's definitely not the best to say that. Me saying like, "Oh, you're a sinner," that's making me no better than them. It's making me a sinner. Also, that's who's a sinner. That's not my judgment. God will handle that. The energy you put out will handle that. Do you realize that? Yes. Yeah, everything's predestined. Me being right here on the video, the more calmer you become still. God is the perfect stillness. The more you can see how everything's going to play out in a way. But you have to be rooted in calmness. But you coming on this live, even what you're going to eat later, the thought comes into you, yes, but it's already predestined. Okay? So, hello, Bunny Boover. I do agree with that 100% though, Mithras. Yeah, that's why they have that saying. It's written in the stars. Because it literally is. It's written in stone. Yeah. Yeah, your body. Yeah, that is right. I am. Your body be conscious. Yeah. Some people don't know. Yeah, the thing is I've been intuited all of my life. But when you're a kid, you're not aware of this. No one's ever told me about this. I was simply already doing it. All the way up till like my middle 20s, 25. Then that's when I began putting two and two together. God was always guiding me. Some people call this the higher self. You know, I didn't have awareness of this. I was just doing it. But now I have awareness. We're all coming back to here. It's glory. It's good because then you don't have to worry. You make the best choices. There's God's choices, and they're the best choices for you. Yeah. But I thank you for that, Mithras. God bless you all. Some people know when to stop drinking. Some people don't. Yeah, I mean. But again, it's just, you're always going to get both sides of the coin. But if you don't know when to stop drinking, it's just for you to find out, hey, oh, this is when you stop. So, but that's because they're also not in tune with their body. They're not being aware. Some people, you're supposed to be thankful for your water. You're supposed to pray to your water. You're supposed to pray for everything. But some people that even follow Jesus and Christianity, I've seen them just guzzle down water. They don't even think about it. Okay? So they're not aware of what they're even doing. They're thirsty. Go, 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 go. They could overdrink water. They're not aware of the body. Some people are just not aware. Hence, what they're seeing, they're getting obsessed with the matrix. They're getting obsessed with the material realm. It's more than that meets the eye. If you are tapped into your intuition or you're looking for God, even questioning life, you are almost there. You are highly intuitive. Most people aren't there. We would like for them to be there, though. Hello, Falcon. I'm going to read some of these. May the Lady of the Moon meet you. Thank you. I love you, Falcon. I like you too, Mithra. I mean, deep down, we all like everybody. You know? Everybody has some good qualities. We're all in this life together. We may not like people's egos, and that's fine. Are you sipping like coffee, Falcon? Sorry, this is dark, but we'll hit some lights soon. Yeah, but we are all part of life. You cannot not like life. Okay, that's a judgment. And when you don't like someone's life, you're resisting. You have to simply let that being be. Not liking one person, that's not up to you. Let God decide that. Show them kindness. Forgive them what they do to you. Thank you, Chris Hampton. It did get real dark. Hey, what's up? My phone screen, it tends to make the sky, and it makes it lighter. It's actually way lighter on the screen. Here, hold on. Then it's actually way darker. Like, yeah, it's darker. It's about like 30% darker. So. I just talked to God. He said you're not invited. We're all a part of life. You cannot not be invited. And we're all going towards this. You have no good quality? What do you mean, Carol? Yeah, I have fun fact. I've never drank coffee either. Yeah, you can give me a donation, sure. Yeah, oh, dude, I love cocoa. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of chocolate. I'm a chocolate boy. Yeah, I love watching clouds too, Carol. I like listening to sounds, and that puts us in this state. I like watching the moon. I like thanking the moon and the stars. But the thing is, my body, since I haven't been able to eat, I'm unable to sit and be without shaking. So, unfortunately, I haven't been able to sit still for like 9 years. Yeah, it absolutely sucks, to be honest. I haven't been able to sit still. Even though I have a calm demeanor, and it may seem like I'm not twitching or anything, since I'm so starving, my body was used to be like this. It used to be absolute hell. Yeah, how foggy it was making you. Basically, that's what ended up happening to me, Natalie. I got so foggy, I couldn't do anything at all. And that's because when I stopped eating meat. How's it going? Yeah, you think you've seen brain fog? I got to a point because when I stopped eating, this is my life story. You could say it's how I found God. It it was a time period, but I couldn't think. Like I couldn't think at all. I mean, and I used to think really good. I mean, all my intuition became dark. It wasn't there anymore. And again, I couldn't eat anything, so eventually I ran out of physical energy. So this was fogginess times like 100. I felt like I was like rode the short bus. Like, yeah, and it went on for years. Okay. Yeah, when you're foggy, um, this will make your throw your perception off. I've never even had this happen, and then it just happened to me and never went away, basically, because I couldn't eat. I was missing the nutrients from meat. Yeah. Yeah. But again, when I was healthy, I've never really had that fogginess. Yeah, the thing is, my gram and my mother, they drink red rose tea, okay, which is black tea. I drank that. I've drank that before, and when I was healthy, I always had. I didn't need it, but it made me jittery after like one glass. It would make my system jittery. So I naturally would not drink it. You have talent right now, Carol. You have plenty of talents. Don't limit yourself. And you're spreading God's love. You know, that's one of the greatest things to do. Why did I stop eating meat? Well, when I was 19, I my girlfriend at the time, we watched a documentary on Netflix, and then I was like, oh, we don't need to eat meat anymore, because I didn't want to hurt an animal. It was out of love, actually. But then it completely ruined my body. I mean, I basically died. I did die. So that's how I came here. I'm still healing 9 years, 10 years later, because I can't eat food. I still can't eat. Same with drinking. If I drink a cup of bone broth or two, then I can't eat. It's very critical. Yeah. I didn't get COVID. I don't think I really. My body was so messed up. I couldn't even really get COVID. Yeah. And I was already messed up. So what was going on in the world? I couldn't even think about that. I couldn't even fathom it. Plus, my body was already so messed up that it did not really didn't affect me. No, I eat meat, Carol. I'm a big fan. I'm pro meat. I'm against not. I'm against non not eating meat. What time is it? It is 7:20 p.m. Quack quack. Well, yeah, I mean, if you stop eating meat, I would make sure in the future, if it creeps up on you. I'm not gonna get into it, but I would make sure if you start feeling weird. The thing is, you don't know. You'll start thinking it's just normal. It will mess with you psychologically. Okay. Damage will be done, basically, before you even know it. That's how extreme it is. So I recommend, you know, eventually adding back some meat. Yeah, I would just, especially if you start feeling weird. That's like the final sign. Yeah, yeah. Alcohol killed you, Natalie Rose. No, I'm not an official pastor, Noah. I guess I'm something similar though. Just a guide, best friend. You can see me as. Yes, yeah. Again, we go after alcohol, maybe unknowingly. Then that's our wake up call. Yeah. Why did I stop drinking alcohol? By the time I was 21, which was the legal drinking age, I don't like the way it made me feel. It was feeling. God was telling me. It was giving me the feel. Pretty much the next day, it was giving me it. I hated that feeling, and I didn't want to feel that no more. I don't know what you. I didn't get your question. What's happening now? I, I didn't know what you meant by that. I, I think I thought you meant like the it's becoming night. The sky is falling. you, you don't need to. You don't need to be angry. And to be honest, we're going to be getting out of here, Jace. I wasn't sure what you were asking though. It's like really dark. Oh yeah, hello, Bunny. Sorry, it's yeah. Everybody can get involved, Carol. It's true. We're all in this together. It's only when we think we're separated that it creates that the fear of separation. We're all here to help each other. I don't know if you're asking me, Falcon. Yeah, I don't necessarily think alcohol is evil. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't like the way it makes me feel. And that's precedingly the next day. Yeah. And also what alcohol will do, it, there is a point where you can consume too much. I was always aware not to go past that point. Okay. So I never really lost control with alcohol. But there was a time I did feel like I got badly influenced. Though I was around badly influenced people. And I feel like that negativity got to me. It wasn't bad though, necessarily. It's actually, yeah, you lose consciousness when you drink alcohol or when you do any drug. So, yeah. That is true, Natalie Rose. Yeah. Well, the taste itself is in the burning, which is hell. But the taste itself is telling you your body's telling you it doesn't want it. No wine. I've never tasted, especially beer. Yuck. Yeah, your body's telling you it doesn't like it. But obviously, people ignore that. I, yeah. Like, people are not going to believe this, but I've actually drank and I've actually drove better. I've never not been. If I was incapable of not drinking or driving, then I wouldn't. I would never do that. I'm aware. Other people, they're not aware. Oh, I can do it. Well, yeah, we will sit there in heaven. Uh, but drunking kung fu is your favorite. It's your favorite to watch, or do you actually like practice practice that yourself? Yeah, I wish chocolate. Yeah, we were talking about chocolate. I mean, I love chocolate milk. There used to be this. My mom used to make this when I was a kid. Peanut butter, chocolate balls, and I would just eat those puppies up. It's like a it's like an old recipe, but that's actually came to my mind like once or twice recently. Thank all you guys for being here. God bless you guys. Are you talking like chocolate syrup, bunny? And yeah, I mean, I hope you guys have the best night. That's funny what you said, Falcon. Yeah, yeah. I think I probably have some at the house. Usually I just make my own chocolate. I know how to. It's super simple to make on your own. But yeah, I mean, I will probably gonna drink chocolate milk in the next day. I've had chocolate ice cream today, so yeah, but it's coming to an end, guys. I'll be here early in the morning tomorrow. Will you add cayenne pepper? I I have seen that or heard of that before. And I do think cayenne pepper is like one of the best spices. I actually thought about that like yesterday. But I've never done that before. That's crazy. Yeah. I just want to bless you all. Stay centered. Stay focused on the life you are and the love that you are. And make every choice out of love. How many hours? Well, with me doing the lives, that's really all I've been walking. But it ranges, I would say 1 to 3 hours a day. Yeah, sometimes it goes up to like 2 to 4 hours a day. Yeah. But again, my body's messed up, so I've been trying to very conserve the energy. Yeah, it's probably more than I should do. Yeah. So I probably need to even slow that down, which I've been actually trying to the last weeks. Before that, I was trying to walk and trying to walk a whole lot. Walking is my favorite thing to do, though, too. So, you all have great souls. Yeah. Thank you all for being here. I'll see all you guys soon. Whoops. Sweet dreams, jelly beans. I'll see you, Renee. Thanks for stopping in. God is with you. Yeah. Do what he would do.